Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. What a day. I like days like this. You might go, oh my God, your portfolio is down 4%. No, I sold it at the top. We're now buying back and we're buying on the way down. This is great. This is preparing for the next $70,000. This is when we go to work. Zodiac, just subscribe. Thank you very much indeed to you. I've got no problem with this. Margins back on. We're buying the dips. We are finding what's best on value. Simple, really. It's all about just being calm and going with it. Vision for Bitcoin. New member.
Vision for Bitcoin has become a member.
Hey, we got a new member here. You look familiar. Have you been here before? Lovely to have you. Are you a new member who's renewed? Did you win a membership and now renew it? I'd love to know. I would love to know. Anyway, so Vision for Bitcoin. Are you still in the chat? We had another member earlier as well. That was, can't quite see it. Just let me just change this. If I change to fan funding, it'll say Sony 10 and Les Hovard. Thank you, guys. Right. Okay. So Vision for Bitcoin, if you are here, remind me and I'll update your information if necessary. You may be watching, of course, on a video. You may not even be here in the chat. Who knows? In fact, participants. That's the ones who have commented so far. Aha. Okay, that makes sense. Let me just check a couple of things. Timestamps. No, I don't need that. All right, just try a few new things. Okay, let's see who is here first. Space is having a sale. Yes, it is. It's the January sales. It's the January sales. Roll up. Get yourself some discounts. Absolutely. Just before we got a flight, it's all selling off. Exactly what it does. I'm not going anywhere. And yeah, absolutely. I'm still 24% up. It's going to come right back up again. I don't mind. It's all part of the game. The overall portfolio and the Roth, the SAC are the same, doing the same thing. And my overall balance is 66,602. So yes, we've been buying the dips today. Let's go through and have a look at what we've been buying today. So we bought. We haven't bought any more Virgin Galactic. We've just held our position. Palantir. We haven't bought any more gold. No. The S&P. We're back in. We've been buying on the way down, so we're virtually flat now. Great, good dividend, good amount. I've got 10 shares. I'm building it up. I've got orders placed for lower. Amazon's still too expensive. Not buying that. Apple, the same thing. Not buying that. Next year, energy. I haven't bought any more. I don't think today. We're down 2.75. Great dividend. Trying to go for Dividend King qualification. And that's okay. That's okay. Enphase, we bought back in 108 now. I've got an order placed to buy 107, bringing my averages down. All paid for by profits now, all free money. Coca-Cola started to buy back in, down just 0.25%. That's fine. Got orders placed to buy lower. J&J, we're building up a position now, down just 0.5%, orders to buy lower. Kenvue, we're just leaving it alone. Didn't need to clear that out. Chevron, well, question is now, should I buy any more Chevron? Now, oil, haven't sold any oil yet, just keep adding. Stephen Lewandowski's here. Would you buy any more oil? As we're still falling, would you buy more oil? The stock market... So I'm not going to read that out. Hi, Jose. How are you? Very funny, Jose. Very funny. John. Hiya, Jose. Henrik. Hi, guys. How you doing? Welcome, Vision. Yardstick. Henry. Hey, John and Jose. Stephen Lewandowski. Look at my oil. I'm down 2.82. Should I buy some more? Bring it down to, say, 2%? What do you reckon? It's a great dividend with Chevron. It's part of the S&P. I like that. And, oil's down. What do you think? Buy a bit more. I could probably get it down to 2% down. Remember, we were like 50% down at one point. So we're getting more and more averages coming down. What's up, Henrik? Hey, Stephen. Hey-oh! And other pants day, I see. Yes, but it's okay. We sold at the top. We cleared margin. We let it all settle. Now it started going down. We're buying it back. We're buying it back cheaper than we sold it, which is great. And we're spending again. What a day. Doubled my position in Plug. Yes, me too. And then doubled it again. Plug, I now have 8,429. I now have an insane amount. 2,796. Been buying it. Are we starting to get a level now? 302. I last bought it a few moments ago at 317, 328, 338. I paid slightly more the second time. 317. And now we're at 302. I don't want to become the Plug channel, you know. Anyway, Mike, Stephen, hello. Hiya, Mike. Tio Roll. Hi, Martin. Hi, all. Zach's 8. How are you, mate? John Grandforce. Hi, Zach. Hello, gent, says Malk UK. Yeah, Stephen, would you buy any more oil? Would you lower my average again? If we look at the heat map, let's share with you the, in fact, before I share with you that, let me share with you the, let me share with you this a minute. Let's have a look. This is the oil. And we're at $72. There you go. There's crude oil. Why is that saying February 24? Why does that say February 24? What's all that about? Why does it say February 24? Anybody know why that says crude oil February 24? Stephen Lewandowski, you're my oil man. Why does that say crude oil February 24? Why does that say February 24? Crude oil February 24. Any idea? It's a futures contract. Oh, okay. But that's the price of oil, though, right? I haven't got that wrong, have I? Thank you very much indeed. Crude oil. I see. Thank you very much for explaining. I've never done futures, so I've never done that. So thank you very much indeed. But anyway, thanks for explaining that, mate. I appreciate that. Fatso Talk Stocks. It's a futures contract. There you go. Learned something new today. Crude oil, February 24. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Hi, Zach, and your fingers are still golden from touching. Yeah. Do you think this could be like October when everyone was scared and then it rallied afterwards? Absolutely. Yes, I do. Might be a futures thing. There we go. All the ships are working on, all spaceships are working on oil. Electric rocket will be a dream. Hey, Vitutas. How are you this afternoon? Yeah, $72 a barrel. Okay. Tim Rogers, Martin, what the WTI, Martin, WTI can pull back another 2%. I would pick up Chevron around 40 or below. My average is 148 at the moment. And you're saying buy it around 140. Okay. I'm not in a hurry to buy anymore. Martin, plug is now 304. I know. Can you believe it? 304. My average is 369. Yep. Bleak day. but that's okay. I like days like this. It's hard work, but these are the days you make your money, right? We're building the next $70,000 now. That's what it's all about. WTI can pull back another 2%. I would pick up Chevron around 140. Got some plug for 303. Great. Who's buying plug today? Anybody? I bought it several times. I didn't want this much plug, to be honest. I didn't want this much. This is unbalanced. But Brian Griffin, wow, bloodbath today, says Brian Griffin. It is. But this is why I sold and then let it all settle and started buying now. Absolutely. That's right. We knew this was coming. If you remember when I said that Middle Eastern crisis, it's going to, I'm selling my margin, and that's what I did. And now I've started buying back. Bought plug twice today as well. Yeah, me too. The CEO feels very confident. He feels very confident. This is what happens. Markets dump the stocks. Virgin Galactic went down today. Everything. Rallo won. Yeah, me too. I've tripled my position today. It's crazy. But there you go. We're building the next $70,000. Amazon, Apple, NextEra Energy. Space is heading back to 185, says Chris Pickering. Enphase is now going back up again. We've got position in it now. Yeah. Yeah, we got like over $3,000 now. That's fine. Yep. Bought plenty of plugs, says Matthew Kelly. The plug CEO is you, Chris. Do you remember that earnings? No one's ever going to forget that. He certainly sounded that way. I got to be honest. I wasn't impressed. I have to be honest. It wasn't good. But anyway. Okay. Kenview going up. Chevron 144. This is a great channel that you created, Martin. A great channel. Mike, thank you. Appreciate that, Mike. Appreciate that very much indeed. Let's go green. I start buying at 185. Chris Pickering says, I start buying at 185. Well, I'm already in at 157. So there you go. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Talking about sticking that in your pipe and smoking it, Tilray today popped up 10%. Very nice. I'll tell you what else has had a good day today. Funware is up 457%. Look at this. This is a stock that I've had forever for nothing. It's up 452% today. If you put $1,000 today, you got $4,500. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. The crude oil you had up, Martin, was that the ticker? No, that's just the price of crude oil. I have Chevron. This is my ticker for oil because it's more than just oil. It's solar and wind. It's power. You've heard of Chevron, right? This is Chevron. This is what I own. And I was just sharing with you the crude oil. Let me share with you the on the screen again. There you go. $72 a barrel. Okay. I've just been told it's the futures contract, February 24. So there we go. Anyway, Tilray rubbish. Let's read this. Tim Rogers said, yes, be patient with both Chevron and Exxon. Chevron 140 and Exxon around 95. I would sell out of Chevron with a profit and collect dividend and roll profits and dividend into Exxon. Okay. So Tim is saying get Chevron at 140. Well, I'm already in at 148, so I've been buying it, lowering the averages. In fact, I have it twice. I have it on my Roth as well of 147. It's a bit better price on there. But Chevron 140 and Exxon around 95. I would sell out of Chevron with a profit and collect dividend and roll profits and dividend into Exxon. Thank you very much for that information, Tim. That sounds good. I have every intention of selling out of oil just to bring margin back down. Get the dividends are good, solid dividends. When we get oil back up to sort of $80, $90 a barrel, that's what we can do with a couple of quarters of dividend. Absolutely right. Anyway, Jose, the crude oil you had up, Martin, was that the ticker? This is the ticker right now. Till rate rubbish. Mike, Exxon and Chevron is a bargain. Chris Pickering. Yeah, if we step back from Chevron and go over the maximum time, we can see how oil goes up and down. It's back down. See, it was preparing perhaps for the next leg if you believe history repeats itself. But yeah, it does seem a good deal right now. So there we go. Oil is at the lowest price now. Buy more. Only has one direction to go up. I bought two shares of Matador at 52.46. I feel oil was a safe investment. Okay. I'll buy a bit more then. I'll buy a bit more. I won't spend all my money. I'll make sure I've got more, as Tim said, around 140. But I'm at 148. So anything I can do to lower my average, I like that. All right. I like that. So we've been buying it today. The last time I bought it was, let me go back to my main account a minute. The last time I bought it was at, let's have a look, 10 shares at 144, nearly 145. Yeah, so it's 144.76. Yeah. I bought it last at 144.76. 144. Yeah. Okay, let's buy a bit more then. Trade by limit order. Here we go. Limit order 144.20. It'll always go for the best price. That's how it works with Robinhood. It's just to make sure I want it to go through now. Always set a limit order, otherwise you end up paying crazy numbers. And let's do it now. We'll buy 57. Let's have a little look. $10. There you go. 144.20. There we go. It's just starting to go up now again. As you can see on the screen, it's going up. There you go. So, all right. Now my average is, if we look at it, you see me just bought it. There you are. It's going up already. That was good timing. I always like when it goes up. Most people, we often complain, don't we? We buy something and it always goes down. But that went straight up as I bought it, which is good. Because we're going into the power hour now. More than likely, we'll get something after a day like this. So I'm down now 2.43. What was it down before then? Like 2.7? Something like that. So now down to 147.81. The average is coming down all the time. All right. Good going balls deep and plug, Martin. Balls deep. Yes, I am. I bought more today. Oh, we're going up now. Are we finally going to go up today? Okay. It's been a hard day, but it's been a good day. I like days like this. This is where you make your money. Have a look at Wisdom Tree Tin. It's ETF that holds the future contracts. Chris Pickering, thank you. Send me the link to that, Chris, and I'll bring it up. What about Nicola? Anil Jadot. If you want me to review a stock, I can. I've just done a review on Nicola. If you go on the homepage of the channel, Alpha Spread Review. If you look here, you can see I did a review on Nicola for you. So if you want to know what I think, the numbers, the balance sheets, the whole kit and caboodle on Nicola, only recently, a couple of weeks ago, you can see all the numbers, who's buying, who's selling. Doesn't change that much over the last couple of weeks. There's Nicola for you. There you go. If you want me to give you the link to it, I will. Share. Copy link. This is for Anil Jadot. There's Nicola. There is your review if you want to go and check it. You can. All right. Right. Starting to come up now. Let's see if we can get a bounce now. Trim some of this back. I must admit, a bit gutted about space. I thought we'd pass the $2 mark, but still early to tell. Review. Applied. Ticker APLD. Yardstick. Yardstick wants a review. You certainly can, sir. I'll put it on the list there. You want APLD, which is Applied Digital. Digital. And this is for Yardstick. Jadestick. Okay. I shall make your video and do the research for you. You're very, very welcome. Okay. APLD. Got that. Afternoon, everyone. I've had a busy week last 2 weeks. Yes, I bought 8.1% of SIDU, 80,000 shares, 8.14 average down. I still own 150,000 shares with $1.57. There is our Martini Racer in the chat. Martini, I want to make a video on this. Are you able to call in? A lot of people are asking about this now. It was supposed to be a surprise, but you've blown it now. You've told everybody. Everyone guessed it was you anyway. But I reckon we've got about 10% now with looking at the numbers. The amount you've got, 8.1%. I think you have more than that now, actually. I've done the numbers. I think you have more like 9% looking at the numbers. So with what I own and what others own, I think we've got about 100,000 shares now. So I think we own about 10% of the company. So anyway, Martini Racer. Wow, yes, you're welcome. I own them both. CVX, Exxon. Remember, when WTI goes up, all companies will follow, as well as when WTI goes down. That's your opportunity. Outstanding, Martini. Tim Rogers, what's WTI? Can you just tell me what WTI is? Please, what's the abbreviation for? Good evening, everyone. What a fun day it's been. Oh, yes, I knew that was coming. Look at this. We've got Crag today celebrating. He's up today 476%. Apparently, this is to do with Donald Trump today. My advice is don't buy more than 5% of a publicly traded company when you're out of the country, because filing a Schedule 13G isn't easily done at the first time. Most of us won't have that problem, mate. Most of us won't have that problem, so don't worry about that. Nice one, Martini. Good luck. R3A is here. Oh, my God. I've been looking for you for weeks. R3A. R3A. Every single day I ask, where is R3A? Now, here we go. R3A. Gary token. Oh, my gosh. Finally, R3A, Gary token. So if I go in here, if I go Martyn Lucas Investor, Gary, we've got Martini Racer on the phone. Let me just pick up the phone, add to right, sign, guess one. If you could turn your phone round, Martini Racer, stand by for me. I'll have you on the show in just a moment. Is it Gary? Gari. Gari. Gary. There we go. Let's have a look. There it is. This was done for R3. I've waited for weeks. R3A. There is your video. I did your video for you. The Gary token. You asked me to do a review. There is your review. So let me give you the link to it. Share it. Oh my gosh, every day I ask for this name, and I'm so glad you finally come in. So there you go. There is your review. So this is for R3A. So let me just put this in here. R3A. Here is your review. I get like, what's it called? OCD. I can finally knock it off the list. Yes, brilliant. Is Pat M and Michelle in? Pat M and Michelle. If you want to watch your video, you can do a super thanks if you want to. This is where it promotes it. You can do like a $2 super thanks on the video. It highlights your comment, puts your comment to the top, and then YouTube will suggest the video out because obviously people have tipped it and, you know, they make 17% profit on that. So there you go. R3A. Excellent deed. Right, we have Martini Racer in the chat. We're going to have Martini Racer coming on. He's kind of spoiled my fun a little bit. He's smiling at me because we were doing a poll. Guess who it is? And he's told everybody now. But there you go. It's his money. He has the right to do that, even though we're going to make a video on it now anyway. Thank you very much, Martin. You're very, very welcome. Martini Racers in the chat. There's Bill. Hey, Martin, how many before CRISPR review? CRISPR, let me have a look. I'll try and catch up. I've got so many to do. Let's have a look. Oh, a couple of weeks, I would say. People keep doing super chats. But anyway, average of 11 cents, says Crag. Fantastic. Hammer today. SIDU owning me. SIDU owning me. Down 10% again or 15% on portfolio. SIDU. Well, we're about to talk about SIDU Space with the major shareholder in the world on planet Earth. What stock, Crag? Fun Jose, West Texas Intermediate. Thank you very much indeed. Well, that's a great start. 24. Well, congratulations. How you feeling? Did you get a sugar rush? And have you ever done a review on Tesla? I may have missed it. No, I haven't. And if I did, it was a long time ago, but no, I don't think so. Right. Let's talk SIDU Space. We've got a star guest in the channel and I've got to bring it all up. So SIDU, let's bring it on the screen. There's SIDU, how do you do? And I want to go into the filing. Here we go. Here we go. We want to bring this up and we'll talk our way through this as well. Right, the time is 30 minutes past the hour. So 30 minutes, SIDU, SIDU, how do you do? Okay, here we go. Now then. Everyone smash the like button if you want to find out who has 8.1% of the global shares of SIDU, the common stock shares. Who do you think? Kind of already know now, but never mind. Let's do it. Let's get ready. Here we go. So I'm going to unmute you now, Martini. So you'll be live when I come to you in a second. Let me just test the screen is working. There he is. Look, boom, he's surprised. Look, straight on the screen, looking fantastic. There you go. How are you, mate? Stand by. I'll bring you right in. You're looking good, looking good. Let me bring him in just a second. Right. Okay. We got that ready to rock and roll. We've got that up on the screen. Right. I think we're all good. SIDU Space, I've got one for you today. Now, over the last few days, I've been putting videos out about the fact that I believe the Lucasades, which is my members here on this channel, own about 10% of SIDU Space. Many of you said, oh yeah, really? Who's the 10%? Well, you're about to find out. I'm going to introduce you now to one of our members of our channel, and he has all by himself 8.1. By my reckoning, I think a little bit more than that now. But anyway, who is it? What's going on? Well, I will reveal him to you now. Click the like button, because if you don't tap the like button, it just won't work. You'll see a different video. It's basically rubbish. Ignore that, but I like to say it. Tap the like button and you'll see a secret part of this video that nobody else will see, and also subscribe and ring the bell. I've also messaged Carol Craig as well. Did you know Carol Craig, the CEO, plays the piano? So I would like to talk to her, being the world piano man. Anyway, who is the 8%, 8.1%, potentially possibly 9% owner of SIDU Space, being the biggest shareholder in the world? Well, it's one of our members, of course. You all guessed it correctly. He's here in the chat with me now. It's Martini Racer. How are you, mate?
Good.
Great to have you here. So where are you calling from today?
I'm actually in Portugal right now.
You're back in Portugal again. Thank you, Jardistic, for your super chat, by the way. Thank you very much for that. You're back in Portugal again now.
I'm in Portugal right now, yeah.
Now, you've been traveling around. I saw some pictures. You were at the Ferrari garage.
It's been a crazy 2 weeks. I was in Italy for a little while there, and
Yeah.
then I had to get this Schedule 13G filed, and
Because you've been
I don't
buying
wanna get-
stuff, and you've been buying a
I
space
bought more than
company.
five more. If you buy more than 5% of any publicly traded company, you have to file with the SEC within 10 days, and
Yeah,
it was
I
not
know
easy
that.
to get done.
That often is
Yeah.
a problem for me. When I tried to buy Tesla, it was like that. They were ringing me
Yeah.
up saying, you've got to come to the
It's not
office.
this is what I looked at. It's not the biggest company in the world, but I felt that like, hey, I can actually own something here,
Yeah.
and that's why I bought it. I might add to the position slightly. I'm not going to go more than 10% on the company because that's a whole nother host of filings and can of worms that you'll open. I just want to be a passive investor with the company and see where they are in 4 or 5 years.
Hey, but mate, listen, mate, if me and you get together and we buy the whole company and we say we're never selling, the shares will never go down, will they? They'll just stay there.
Yeah, they'll
Boom.
never go down.
They'll never go down.
Yeah,
Let's show
You'll get
everybody
short
what we're...
sellers. Short sellers will sit there unless there's other buyers come in.
Yeah.
It's just funny how market works, but I think they've got their first satellite ever going up. This is a 3D printed, multi-role, AI-powered satellite. There's nobody else in the world that makes something like this, and they've got their first one going up in March.
I'm just sharing on the screen. This is the who you really are, of course.
Yeah.
There,
Michael.
Farron's Michael Shane. There you go. And here is the 80,000 shares, which was calculated at 8.1%.
The 8.1% is correct because we had to get in contact with investor relations and the transfer agent to find out that percentage.
Okay, because I did my numbers and looking at the and it came to about 9% to me. But I mean, you've only got to divide the what is it called? Flipping now, the market cap by the shares and your price, and you can work out how many there are, and that's what it came to me. But anyway, it says 8.1, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I've bought some, and I've got a number of my viewers who've messaged me. So we're guessing because you're 80,000. We're guessing we could be around about the 100,000 amongst everybody.
1,000 shares, yeah.
So we earn about 10% thereabouts, which is very exciting, I have to say. So what is your, obviously everybody wants to know. You are one of the major shareholders, if not the biggest shareholder. What is your intention? Are you holding the stock, trading the stock?
I'm holding the stock. I'm holding the stock. I want to see the company grow. I want to see 10 of those satellites in the air before I sell any of it.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been telling everybody. That's, because we had a conversation a few days ago. So that's where I bought in. I thought, well, fantastic. If you're doing that, I'm going to jump on in. I mean, that's fantastic. I reached out to Carol, who is the CEO. Now, you obviously have a better connection than I do because you've got a direct line now, being a senior investor. You can even sit on the board, couldn't you? Have you thought about that?
Maybe later, not at this moment.
But if you could, I'm publicly asking you now if you are able to message your investor relations guy to call me. I'd love to interview him. I've tried to reach out to Carol. Okay. I've had no response yet. I found her website and messaged her through that. It's only over the weekend, so I've not heard from her yet. But I'd love to have her on the show, and she's been on other shows similar, but a lot smaller than mine. So I'm sure she'd like to be here. And she's a piano player too, which we got that in common. So what drew you to the stock? Why did you decide to buy such a big piece of this company? The
revenue per satellite. I mean, it looks like the revenue is going to be $8 to $10 million per year per satellite. You're looking at $2 to $3 million a quarter. That first satellite going up in March. They're going to have revenue. They're already going to have revenue coming in for the second quarter of this year.
So why do you think it's down the way it is right now? What's your thoughts behind that?
Probably just short sellers thinking that they're going to dilute it some more. They say they've got 1 million on the books. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, maybe they've got more. Who knows?
It doesn't sound much, does it, for a space company?
A big dilution, yeah. I just don't think they're going to dilute the stock. I don't see that there's a need to. I think they've got enough to survive for now. So they get that satellite in the air, and then they'll have revenue coming in from that. I think that's their plan.
Let me share with everybody, so we got full transparency of what we're talking about when it comes to short selling positions. Let me bring it up on the screen. This is where we are right now. We're at 6.1%. So we're not in that 20% region where we are excessive and short squeeze is just virtually inevitable with volume. We're at 6.8, which is downward pressure. If we continue volume, but anything's possible.
The other point with this, Mark, and that short sale percentage, that was reported a month ago.
Exactly.
That's a month ago. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we don't know. We don't know where it actually is right now.
That's very true. The last 90 days, we had 2.9% negative. It grew to 6% of the last 30 days. There is none now the last 7 days. And today it's neutral. So we've got really no bad news coming in. You can see my review on it. I reviewed it last. In fact, this is why we ranked #1 for SIDU already on YouTube. Let's scroll up and look. We've had insiders buying. This could be you if you go on the board, but right now we had Craig Carroll, who is the CEO. She bought $116,000 worth of stock in May. So that's good to see. We have very little information when it comes to Wall Street targets. This is what we're talking about though. 43% solvency. It's not going bust. It's not going to disappear. We've got low DE, negative net debt is good. Long-term solvency is good. Short-term solvency is good. Profitability is 21 because we haven't had that flight in March. That could dramatically go up for the next earnings. So all that looks good. We've got 17 million in assets. 9.3 million liability, so that's fine. No long-term debt, just $500,000 in short-term debt. So that's looking good. The balance sheet looks good. That's why I liked it. We've got revenue improving. We've got operating income improving. So that's as much as we can provide. Base case, best case 58% undervalued. Base case 53% undervalued. Worst case 48% undervalued. So a good balance sheet. Enough money to get the job done. We've got 10% or thereabouts of ownership by us, and you're not selling, I'm not selling, and I'm believing that the Lucas aides aren't selling. We're going to all do it together. So it's a very exciting position right now. So how do you feel to own a space company like this? Very exciting.
That's not something that I thought was ever going to happen. I saw that the opportunity was there, and once I originally bought 60,000 shares, and I realized once I was over that 5%, well, might as well get a little bit more. So, and like I said, I may still kind of add to the position, but I'm not going to go over 10%. I'm not trying to control the company. I'm just a passive.
Go on, do it.
Just a passive investor. I just want, I want to see revenue from these satellites are going to be up there. I think, if you go look at their information that they have available online, they said their return on investment for each satellite is going to be 400% in just 1 year. So each time they get one up there, that's 4 times your money. Yeah. So
no, it's very exciting. Thank you.
They've got 63 employees, so there's some real operating costs. These are not cheap employees by any means.
No,
they're all scientists. I mean, you probably have some machinists. There might be some kind of lower on, but I also look at the CEO doesn't have a huge amount of take home pay. I mean, she's only taken home 100,000 from doing this.
I was studying Carol the other day, and this is why I invited her, because I always like to know who the CEO is, who the people are that run the company, because that tells you the direction and the determination and how it's being managed and run. I have to say I was very impressed with her. She sounds incredibly committed to this, and she was explaining, being a lady, particularly in the space industry, she always has to work harder than everybody else, and she does, and she gets it done. She's had lots of awards and stuff like that for her successes and all the rest of it. So I am very much looking forward to having her on the show and speaking to her, and she's a as I say already, she's an avid musician, so she plays the piano. So we'll have a connection there.
They don't just make these satellites. They make a lot of parts for Artemis, for the moon missions that are going to happen in the next couple of years. So I think there's going to be some revenue, some side revenue for that. They're based in Cape Canaveral, where everything's getting built for all this stuff, and I think they make something like a couple hundred different components with these 3D printers that they're going to use on these spacecraft that are going to the moon.
Right. Now, being a 8.1% shareholder, is that any different than the rest of us? I'm just again showing the filings to everybody. This was the actual SEC filing. Do you get any like a prospectus, or do you get a phone call from anybody and say, hey, do you want to come down to the factory?
I've done everything through lawyers already. I have not talked directly to the company personally. I like to I prefer to keep it that way. Like I said, I'm just a passive investor. I don't really want to talk any more about than what we're talking today. I'm not trying to influence the stock price or anything like that. I just want to be a part owner of what I see as a really profitable business in the future.
Well, I like that. You, like you say, you're basically repeating the sort of thing that I say. I'm not here to pump and dump stock. I want to own a company, and I have never had the position before where such a small company where we could be, a big part of it, thanks to you at least anyway. So I want to hold it and own it, because space is, no doubt about it, is the future. And
it is.
Thank you ever so much for sharing your story with us. And if you do get some contact, ask them to call me, and I would love to have I know Carol does these interviews on much smaller channels than me, so I'm sure she'll want to come on, and I'd love to hear more. This
is one thing that I liked about them too. They seem to be pretty, they seem to be update with their online activities. You see kind of a lack of that with Virgin Galactic, and there's a great video that talks about how they're trying to build these satellites and keep them under 100 kg so that they can fit on the launch vehicle. Because it's going up with like 20, 30 other satellites. I'm waiting for them to actually post. I check every day now, but you can look it up online. The launch will be in March. We will usually it's about 45 days leeway when you're going to know when the launch is going to be. 45 to 30 days. So the launch should be, I would think, by the end of this month, within the first 2 weeks of February, sometime within the next 30 days from now, we will know a launch date.
If anyone has got any questions before I let Martini Racer go, please do come into the chat. I also want to thank Paul Knowles. It was Paul Knowles that put me on to SIDU Space. And then you learned about it by watching us. So I want to thank Paul Knowles for mentioning this.
I thank him too. Thank you. I missed out buying it at $4.
Oh,
I'm happy to have it at $8. I think at $8 it's a good bargain. I think I actually bought the first 60,000 shares I bought. I had an average of $7.40, so I did under $8. And then I picked up another 20,000 in the $10 to $11 range. So where it's actually slightly higher than where it's even trading right now. So I think anything under $11, you're fine.
Yeah, but we won't labor on that point. But the day I brought it to everybody, I had it at 3. Okay,
I know.
I know, and I know you know, and everybody else does. And now I own it at 10.42, which is my average. So I would have had 3 times as much as this. So, but hey, when it's $100, who cares, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And I could have sold. Last week when it was $18.
Yeah, I know.
Made double. I was very tempted to sell half. And if I had sold half, I wouldn't be a 5%. I would have been less than 5% owner. I would have been a 4% owner. I like the idea of I sat there. I said, I could get some money out quick now. Maybe I could buy back in. Maybe it goes higher. And I said, I'm just going to sit on what I've got. I'm going to sit on. I think I've found something that I really want to be a part of and own a part of.
Exactly.
See where it goes.
I feel the same, and I feel that as this channel grows, we're going to get more and more people in the Lucas age who will all go. they'll all feel let's own 10% of this company and hold it, which is great for the stock. And I want to point out, because I know there'll be some trolls watching this and they will say, Martyn Lucas, here he goes again, he's trying to pump and dump a stock, inside trading. Let's be absolutely clear what this actually is. When I spoke to Eric, who's the investor relations manager, a couple of days ago at Virgin Galactic, we had a private conversation, and he has to, because it's SEC regulations with a publicly traded company, he couldn't tell me anything that isn't publicly available. So even though we're talking to you,
they can't tell me anything either, unless I become a director or something to do with actually involved with the company. I don't know any more than anybody else does.
Exactly. They will tell you what's publicly put out there for everyone to read. That doesn't mean to say everyone knows everything, because not everyone's researched everything and gone and looked. And there's lots of information that we all miss all the time, but it is publicly available. So if I speak to Carol, you speak to Carol, or anybody else at the company, and you find some information out and you tell me, and we make videos on it and we all get excited before anyone phones in and says, here we go, what's going on here? This information that we will have will be public. It may be more than you know, because we've researched it and we're looking at it and researching it, but nothing here will be anything that isn't general public.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, Martini Racer, thank you ever so much for phoning in. I think
you're welcome, Martin. It was a good conversation.
Just before I let you go, did I get any comments or questions for? Because how often, guys, do you get the chance to speak to the major shareholder of a company, and a space company after all? This isn't just some toilet roll company. We talked about that the other day. This is space satellites. Let's have a look. I don't think anything. Paul Knowles said he bought it last year. I'd like to know what Paul Knowles paid for it last year. We can probably guess anyway. John Granfort, I already had the stock. Raman said he sold it on Friday. I'm glad I did. Why do you feel that? I mean, obviously it was higher than it is today.
Higher than it was today.
Yeah.
Some people just day trade it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with day trading or swing trading.
No.
You know, if you even want to sell it short and make money that way, that's fine. One thing I do like about the stock is it doesn't have options. And I hate watching stocks get manipulated through the options.
Is that right? I've never looked into options. So a stock can be in the option scheme or not. Does it have a choice?
If you have like a huge, basically outstanding, set of puts or calls at a certain amount. Say there's just a ton of puts at $2 for SPC, or a ton of calls at $2. They're not gonna. I've watched this so many times in the last 2 years. They will make sure that those things expire worthless one way or another. And it's usually, it might be heavier onto the one side for puts, might be heavier onto the one side for calls. Whatever is the heaviest, they make sure it expires worthless.
So who decides?
That's why I stopped playing options, just because I've seen that happen.
Right.
Too many times in the last year.
I don't do options at all. I never have. I never shorted a stock. I never will. Who decides whether a company has options on it? Does the company decide that, or
I don't really know. I think the company has to be big enough. It's something that just gets put out there.
Okay.
And I think some companies just never, I've seen several small biotechs, no options. And I've seen, you get these companies that have no options, and they can be the ones that really tend to climb quite fast.
Yeah.
Because there's no options. There's no options to pay out on. So
no. Martini, thanks for calling in. Appreciate you very much indeed. And you have a wonderful day, mate.
Yeah, have a great week.
Cheers. Same to you. Keep us
updated.
Keep us updated with the people at the company. Cheers, mate.
All right.
There's Martini Racer phoning in today. Wasn't that fantastic? It's not every day you get the chance to speak to a major shareholder of a company, and a space company at that, with the highest position. So there we go. So I've calculated with what he has, what I have, and others of you who have told me what you have, we have somewhere in the region of 10%. The Lucasade Army, that's not the global retail investors, that's our actual members. Our actual members on this channel represent thereabouts 10% of SIDU space. Very, very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I'm holding my position. As Martini Racer has just said, he's holding. He'd like to own a company like this. So I am holding. There is my $2,000 precisely now. I am down at the moment 4%, 1042. I could buy another 10,000 now, and another 2,000 shares. Or I would have 400 shares there, and I could lower my average down to somewhere in the region of about 1020, I'd imagine, and it'll bring my average down to about 2% if I did that. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm getting high up on margin again. But anyway, leave me your thoughts. Are you part of the Lucasade army? Would you like to own a space company with us? Click above my head, become a member of our channel, and we will dedicate a lot of time to the research of this stock. Look below in the description. I'll put more SIDU Space videos here and here. Updated information. We'll keep researching it. If we can get members of SIDU Space on the show, we'll be talking about it and telling the world about a space company putting satellites on SpaceX, Starship, and all the rest of it. It's going to be very, very exciting. So there you go. As always, until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, we shall put that out later. Paul Knowles, I have 144 shares at 1076. At the moment, let me check my portfolio a moment. Overall today, we've had a blinder of a day, tough day, but that's okay. That's the way it goes. And anyway, we've been buying all the dips today. We've taken advantage of this. So where are we now? You can see we are down today. Let me go through all my positions. Chris Coyle, I have 400 at 1070. Thank you, Chris. I'm thinking of buying some more here. Let me just have a look again. Should I buy some more as we're making a video on it? Should I just let me go back again? Rumble's had a great day. Funware up 469% today. SIDU. Remember, we've got that flight. That flight coming in March, that launch, it's only a couple of months away. So if we've got 998, it's sat here now for a week, March 11th. It's got a bottom here at $10. It's been going sideways here for 10. Follow it back here. That's the last month. If we look at over the year, 1 year. See, only in October it was 12. It could easily trail back to this, couldn't it? You think of it, it could easily trail back. I'm going to buy some more. If I'm going to talk about it, if I'm going to, be all in on it, let's be all in on it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm going to add this SIDU and at end. Okay, so let's do it. 992. So buy. Okay, so we'll go limit order. Limit order $10. Make sure it goes through. Continue. Market hours, 3 p.m. today. Okay. So here we go. I'll make a video on this. SIDU Space. You just watched me interview one of the biggest, if not the biggest owner of SIDU Space. He's part of the Lucasade army. So I am Like I said, I'm not a pump and dump channel. I'm an investor. I'm going to buy a space company. We've got about 10% of the overall company. You can see it right now. If I look at this, if you review it, I'm going to buy another 200. Let's swipe it up. Here it goes. You can see my average is 4.5 at the moment. And if we go back to the main account, you will see, there you go. It's gone through. My average has gone down from negative 4.5 to down 2.3. So I've just about halved my loss on it and dropped my average down to 10.19 now. So there you go. That's what I've just done. Let me share with you on the screen. Hopefully we'll get Carol on the show, the CEO of the company. And if you'd like more information of the interview I've just had, or you've missed it, we are together about 10% now of the outstanding shares available. Martini Racer owns 8.1 all by himself. Fantastic. Click above my head, down here, over here, I'll put more SIDU space information as it's available. Fantastic. Well, I said I would buy more, and I just did. I put my money where my mouth is and my mouth where my money is. Does that make sense? I do what I say and I say what I do. As always, go space. We own 10%. The Lucas Aid Army. That's not retail investors globally. That's actual members of my channel. Around about 10%, as we've calculated. All right. Till next time, as always, go SIDU space. Take care of yourselves and each other. All right. Okay. There we go. Let's have a look. To do Chris Coyle, I have 9 at 1063. Wonderful stuff. I have... let's have a look what we got here. Also, I have 400 shares at 1080. It could very easily go down. Be prepared to dump or buy the dip. We all know this. If swallowed, but well, remember, it can't go down from 10% of the shares because we own them and we're not selling them. Martini Racer isn't dumping his shares. I'm not dumping my shares. I don't think many of you will, but it's up to you what you do, of course. So where's it? You know, where are the 10% of the shares are pretty solid. So where are they going? Anyway. I think we're very different now. We got flights around the corner. 185 shares at 1030 average price. Probably scoop up more. Very nice indeed. Have additional 50 shares on limit order. SIDU, said Matthew Kelly. We're coming up to the bell. 10 is definitely a new support level. We think so. Looking forward to getting some solid companies at a discount. Talk Charles. I've been doing more reviews. I've got more reviews tomorrow, Talk Charles. Tomorrow we'll be doing NEP, BA, and Run tomorrow. We've got Momentous coming up. We got Instacart and PepsiCo coming up as well. My last super chat was for APLD. This is for soon. Giardistic. Let me have a look. APLD.
My last Scott was for APLD. This is for Sound.
You didn't say that this morning's one was for APLD. You just gave me the name. So Giardistic, I'll put this to the top underneath the ones that are more than $2. But let me do that now. So Giardistic, we're coming up to the bell. JDS Giarda STICK. This will go to the top. The APLD is on the list. I didn't have a super chat applied to that one. I need the full name of the company though, not just SOUN. I need more than that. I need the name of the company so we can be sure what it is. All right, let me come back and ring the bell in just a few seconds from now. Portfolio is trying to come up. I had one night before your last call. Here we go. Bell's gone. There you go. Bell is gone. You can sponsor the bell. Yardstick. Let me just have a look. I write these down as they come in. Anyway, I need SOUN. I need to know what that is. Looking forward to getting some solid companies. $2 super chat. This is for SOUN. Mark, that's why I only have 144 because you have 9. I can't buy. Paul Knowles. I had one right before your last call. I don't know what happened a few days ago. I write them down as I do them. Honestly, I don't miss any. Soundhound AI. Thank you very much indeed. Let me write that down. Soundhound. SOUN. Sound. Hound. AI. No, my crappy Wi-Fi isn't loading my SIDU buy order. Soundhound. Great, I've got that. Okay, we're trying to come up now. Let's have a look at my overall portfolio. Now then, folks, we do have issues with the internet at the moment. It's not running as smoothly. It's because we've got snow and ice here. I don't know why snow and ice affects the internet, but it does for some bizarre reason. Anyway, it is what it is, I guess. Let me. If you are getting low resolution at the moment, it's just because we have issues with snow and ice. But you can get round most of it if you go underneath the video. If you go under the video and click the cogs, you can change to a higher speed if available by doing this. But it might make things difficult if I can't get it out to you. We do have an issue at the moment. It does look that way, at least anyway. Right. Now then, we have a premiere tonight. Bought Hood at 11. Congratulations. We have a world premiere with live Q&A. Please do join me in a few minutes' time. Let me give the link in the chat. It's pinned to the top. There you go. Dell for buy again at 250. I can't keep buying. Gets a bit crazy after a while. I have 90% of one stock. Can't be doing that. That's not very sensible. So let me send this video now. If I go here, customization, and take us to lab, which is standard bio tools. Standard bio tools. That's where we're going in a few moments' time. Martin, what do you expect? Trump back in charge? I think so. I would say Donald Trump will become the next president of the United States. I think so. A lot of very angry people in America, and they're the ones that shout the loudest. That's the way it's going to go. But by the looks of things, it looks pretty much like it. It's a very split society in the United States. It's unlike any other country I've ever been to be honest with you. We've got people who literally hate each other, one side of the argument. I've never seen anything like it. But that's how it is right now. I don't know if that's good or bad for the economy. I don't know. I'm not politically, it's not what I do here on the channel, and I'm from England, so I don't really, have a political view when it comes to anything like that. Anyway, but it does look like Donald Trump will win the election, I would have said. Look at this, folks. We've got a special moment live on the show. 13,999 subscribers. Wow, we're hitting another milestone today. This is very, very exciting. Who wants to be my 14,000th subscriber? If you're watching on TikTok right now, or you're on Rumble, or you're on Facebook, or LinkedIn, or Kick, or X, or Twitch, wherever you're watching, do you want to be my 14,000th subscriber? There we go. It's quite a special moment right now. Very exciting indeed. I wonder if it's going to happen live right now. I'll keep it there just for a moment. Trump is awesome, said Paul Knowles. Careful what you believe in. Oh, it's gone down one. Someone's trying to make it happen. Look. Fantastic, Martin. Well done. Thank you very much indeed. Yep, I said I would, and I have. There it is. I bought my... You're talking about SIDU space, right? Yep. I've got an average now of 10.19. Let's leave it there for just a second. We are going to go to this video in a few moments' time. Let me just go into here. This is what we're going to see in a few minutes. Hopefully you'll join me. Live Q&A for this video right now. Let me just share it on the screen. This video you're watching right now, this live stream, will go right to this video in just a few moments. Live Q&A, so the conversation will carry on as we do analysis. Now, who was this for? This was for, let me have a look on my list. This was for Paul Knowles. So Paul Knowles, here is your review. I want to take this off the list now so you can join in with the review. If you do a super thanks, it will pin it to the top. It'll pin to the top, and then it will promote the video. And I think it's $2 is the cheapest you can do a super thanks if you want to. And the comment underneath will be pinned here. So if you go below the video and do a comment, and I will sort it by the newest. And if we get one from you, Paul, I will post it to the top. I will pin it. It'll be highlighted, and it will remain here under the video for always. All right. Your comment will be pinned to the top if you want to do that. You don't have to do that. I'm just saying you can if you want. Right. So let me take that off the list now. So Paul Knowles. Is Pat M here or Michelle? Pat M, are you here? Or Michelle? Let me just see if Michelle is here, because I did Disney for you. No Michelle. What about Pat M? Is Pat M here? No. Okay. Right. Shall we go back to that now? Did we get 14,000? Whoa! It's another milestone on the show. Look at that. 14,000 subscribers. It was only a few months ago we were at 10,000 subscribers. Just a few months ago. The rate of growth is nearly doubling every month. Very, very exciting. 14,000 subscribers. Very, very nice. Thank you very much indeed, guys. There you go. Very nice. Look at that. Always good. I paid £10 for the review. I'm freaking skint. Yeah, I'm only joking. You don't have to. It's just a way to promote the chat, a way to promote the video, if that's what it's for. Gonna be some big bag holders with sore arms in the morning. Oh dear, woohoo, 14,000. Whenever you get to a milestone, you get people always unsubscribe and bring you back down again. It happens every time. Look, there we go. Look, it happens all the time. It was really bad at 10,000 because it was such a special moment. It was up and down. It dropped 100, and it was like, oh God. Whereas now we don't have the trolls like we used to, and it's a much bigger audience now. So it's a bit different now. And a lot of those trolls have unsubscribed. They've all gone away now, so it doesn't really make much difference anymore. Anyway, fantastic. So there you go, 14,000. Very nice indeed. Now then, the portfolio is coming up nicely. We're coming up now. We've got Virgin Galactic flat on the after hours. We've got S&P. I've now got a nice position back there again. Amazon, still not in there, too expensive. Apple's going up. But of course, if Apple and Amazon go up, my S&P goes up, so that's fine. Enphase Energy, we're back in there. We're trying to buy it at 107. We've been buying more all the way down. We own it in a couple of places. So there we go. We're very, very happy with that. Coca-Cola, we're back in there again now. J&J, we're back in there again. We've got buy orders at lower levels. Kenvue, Chevron, we bought more. We just bought some more oil at 144.20. It's now 143. We're going to hold off to buy any more, but we keep bringing that average down, keep knocking it down, keep knocking it down. Tesla, we got back in with Tesla today, and we're up 1.39. Very nice indeed. Could do a quick scout trade if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Google, Microsoft, Walmart, Tilray. That had a very nice day today. Very nice day indeed. Robinhood going back up. Rocket Lab. Look at Rocket Lab. Now, Rocket Lab is a great success for me today. Great success. I've just gone up 3.24 in the after hours. It got completely oversold today. I'm up now 5.17%. This is very big news on my channel. You can see now I'm up 5.17. I was down today, and it's immediately reversed. You can see I just bought it back in only like an hour ago at 496, 400 at 496, and now you can see it's 510. Very, very good. Very, very good. If I wanted to, I could trim that back down again and take some profit back out of there if I wanted to. I'm not going to. Don't see any point. And I thought 14,000 profit. Oh, I see. No. That's subscribers. 14,000 subscribers. We've just broken another milestone. Well done, Martin. Very impressive. Tok Charles, thank you very much indeed. Congratulations, Martin, for 14,000. I remember the 10,000 day very well. We all do. Congratulations. Thank you, John. Oh, hello. Thank you very much. Raman, congratulations. Wi-Fi is shocking in Costa Rica. I just looked at my last 3 months trading. After a week of down, I'm 93 down. It was 3,000 up a week ago. Yes, that's why we sold and started buying back. Rocket Lab spiked. Yes. Do a review on rig. Martini Racer. Okay, let me add it to the list. What is the company? Martini Racer rig. Martini Racer. What is the name of the company? It's added to the list. More reviews tomorrow. Okay, that's very good indeed. I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased indeed. I'm not going to sell that though. I could reduce some margin there. Congratulations. Thank you very much indeed, Vitautus. Okay, it's time to go. It's time to go. We've got review coming up. I didn't mean to press that one. I mean to press this one. Here we go.
The year is 1991. Birds and people.
Here is the video. We're all going to go live here in a minute.
A young man catches fire.
And
this is Phoenix.
Let me just, I'm down 3.95. Transcohen, thank you. Transocean. Okay, thank you very much for that. Give me your score on the doors. Down 3.9. Remember, it's double because of margin. Paul knows. Got a super chat from Paul. That's very kind of you. Crank it up. 3.9%. Paul Knowles, that isn't quite what I meant. You've done a super chat in the chat. What I meant was it's very kind of you, very kind of you. What I meant was a comment that lasts forever is here. It's a comment. It's called a super comment. Underneath here, you can do a comment here. All right. It's called a super comment, super thanks comment, and then it highlights the video, and I pin it at the top. That isn't what I meant, but thank you so much for doing that anyway. All right, portfolio's coming up now, 3.8. Let's roll the credits. We're about to go over here. Roll the credits.
Thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Members, Vision of Bitcoin, Super Chats, Jarcy and Paul Knowles. Thank you very much indeed. Standards. Refresh that. I'm just trying to put something on the video.
You show you're a phoenix.
Okay, I've done it. That's good. Let me come back to there. Let me refresh that. There we go. I've just notified Standard Bio Tools. There we go. Come and join me for live Q&A. Be in the chat. You should be the biggest loser. You should be biggest loser. I'd win daily, says Buckaroony. Down 4%. Down 2.5%. 2.8. I think the winner is down 0.9. The winner is Jonas Van Haver. Thank you very much indeed. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. The premiere is about to begin. Do join us. I will see you all back in the morning. Come on in now for the live Q&A conversation. Keep it going. I'll give you the link in the chat, but this video will take you right there. One more time. Mark Saxby as well has just come in with 0.5. That's it. See you back in the morning. Take care of yourselves.